What's up guys, this is Bird Music and welcome to a quad feed with every gun in Battlefield 6. This video is going to feature a quad feed with every single primary and secondary weapon available at the launch of Battlefield 6. Getting quad feeds with some of the weapons in Battlefield 6 was an absolute piece of cake, and there's some insane clips in this video, but at the same time, there were also some weapons that were pretty difficult to hit the clips with, and some of them were just downright impossible. And you'll see which ones are which as we go throughout this video. And real quick before we kick this thing off, I do just want to mention that so far this is the biggest quad feed with every gun project I've ever worked on. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video and you want to watch me keep suffering with projects like this every single year, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it because we have like 45 plus guns to go through and there's just not enough time. We're gonna be starting this bad boy off here with the assault rifle, starting with honestly an insane gun, the M433. This is like the first assault rifle you get in Battlefield 6, and right off the bat, this is from the beta, just already got a 5.
Let's go, dude! Let's go, dude! Oh, I spent a 6-man!
Actually, that was a 5-man feed, not
a 6-man feed. Anyway, we've got another clip here with the M433, and there's going to be some extra clips in here because some of the feeds, they were just absolutely insane, and I had to include them, especially because the first clip was actually hit in the beta, and I was playing on the EA app, so it shows up as Dirt Boozik, but most of these clips, you're going to see Merc Music popping off.
Little 8-piece, okay, 8-piece chicken dinner.
Now, if there's any OGs watching this video, you guys might remember the COD Ghost Quad Feed with Every Gun project. And in that video, one of my best recommendations I gave is when you're going for these quad feeds, don't just stop at 4. The mindset should always be to aim for the moon and you'll land somewhere amongst the stars. I believe that was the quote, and I feel like this clip is the perfect representation of that because I was not in the mindset of trying to hit a quad feed with this thing at this point. I was just trying to go, man. I don't even know how many kills this is. If anyone can guess it right in the comments, let me know. I'll send you a popsicle.
Oh my god!
But now we're on to the next AR in the game, the B36A4, which I think is basically like the G36C. And I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, Eric, what is the best game mode? What's the best thing you can play for hitting clips in Battlefield 6? And in my personal opinion, I feel like Breakthrough is one of the best game modes you can play. It's just so intense. There's so much chaos. There's so many people just piling up, and it just leads to insane moments like this. I mean, here I'm playing the objective. I'm not even really trying to go for quad feeds. I'm just trying to take this point, and people are just piling up. It is so beautiful, and I love Breakthrough for this reason. I'm having a Baja Blast just being a worm on the ground, and we have 2 kills right here, reload, and, you know, there's just always going to be more people trying to stop me.
There's the feed! I'll take it. I'll take it.
But even though most of these clips were hit in Breakthrough,
because Breakthrough's the best,
you guys might see some clips hit in Rush as well as Domination and King of the Hill, because some of those smaller game modes are actually pretty good. You can hit clips in Conquest, but honestly, it gets kind of crazy because there's so much going on.
That's it! We got it! Let's go, dude! Oh, W!
Yeah, for some reason, I was kind of struggling with the Scar from Fortnite, but now we're moving on to the AK-4D. And bro, that 4D must be standing for 4-dimensional damage, because this was the first time I ever equipped the weapon to my loadout, playing some Breakthrough on Sorbet City, and these guys just got absolutely deleted. Like, this gun is crazy powerful.
Quad feed! I already got it! I already got it first life!
I wonder what Matt's gonna say.
You're insane.
In the membrane.
Oh my! I'm still going. Let me have more.
Unfortunately, little Eric did not get more.
But you know what he did get? He got the TR7, which I believe is the last assault rifle you unlock in Battlefield 6 for hitting level 50. And as you can see here, we're playing some Domination on the smallest map in the game, Saints Quarter.
I got it!
Teammate,
I still got it!
I didn't
Oh my
kill.
god! I'm still going.
Fruit.
Dude,
Fruit.
these people, bro.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
if you push through there, they're like all,
got a
all
6-man, bro.
there.
Matt was a little late to the callouts on that one, but for the Cord 6P 6-7, kill me. Matt was actually playing Recon and using a Recon drone, and he's the reason I actually got this clip.
I'm marking everybody.
Okay, I was slightly off. John was also helping.
They're everywhere.
Now, even though saying they're everywhere will definitely help me find people, Matt gives me some pretty good comms right about.
It's gonna be one to your right, laying down.
Thank you! Oh, we got it! We got it! It's on screen. Oh my god, you're the best, Matt. Matt, you are the best.
And see, that's the power of Battlefield 6, baby, because you got squad mates, they can use recon drones, they can heal you, they can do all kinds of fancy stuff to help scrubs like me hit the quad feeds.
The reload. Yes! We did it!
And then, you know, there's moments like that where you could just hit a quad feed by existing, because the NVO stands for no viable options. At least that's what happens when the enemies are getting shot by it. But now we're moving on to our last assault rifle here, the L85A3. We out here playing some Breakthrough on Merak Valley, defending with the goofballs on the squad, and I managed to pull out the quad feed right there, but we're not done, because we're playing Breakthrough, and we gotta kill their tickets. We gotta keep just smacking them around. So you know what? we might as well just go for the biggest feed possible with this thing, which was kind of surprising because this was one of my first times using the gun, but it was pretty solid, even though the recording kind of glitched out there. But yeah, I think we basically had an 8-man feed with like back-to-back quad feeds. There's just an insane clip. I think I even get one more right here, and that's going to do it for the ARs. Now we're moving on to the carbines, which is kind of like an interesting in-between of ARs and SMGs in the game, starting off here with the M4A1. And this is a pretty interesting clip from the beta because I hit this on King of the Hill on Iberian Offensive, and it just goes to show that you don't have to be playing against a ton of players in order to pull off the quad feeds.
Oh, quad feed! Oh my god!
But next up, we have the M277, and if you guys have used this thing, you guys know it's a beast. And the clip that we hit on this one was definitely not something that I expected to hit, but just see for yourself.
One more. Wait, that was a quad feed? What? I love it. Oh my god!
Yep, we got a 6 on with it.
Holy boys!
It was split on my screen.
Not for me. Not for me. 7, man.
But next up, we have the AK-205, and I feel like this clip is a prime example of why Battlefield 6 is so great. We have a gun with no recoil, and a game with no skill-based matchmaking, and enemies who are not paying attention.
That's the quad feed, boys. Let's go. Come on, more. Where'd that one guy go? Oh, he's over there. Woo! Dude!
But next up, we have an absolute demon of a carbine, the M417A2. I hit this clip in the beta, and it might be a little controversial because of the mode I'm playing, which I'll explain in a sec, but this thing is just so high damage. It is pretty high recoil and has a small magazine size, but it's a beast.
Wait, those are all real people. Oh my god. I'm in the bot mode, but those were all real people. Let's go, dude.
Now, I'm sure you guys are probably like, wait a second, what do you mean bot mode? In the beta of Battlefield 6, I was goofing around and playing Breakthrough Initiation, but as you can see here, even though right now I'm killing a bunch of bots, the people I killed at the beginning of the clip, those were all real players in that 5-man feed. And I was just shocked at how good this carbine is.
Dear God!
But as we move on to the Goonimus, Runimus, Tunimus, Bad Company 7, which is definitely the official name of this carbine, I also wanted to mention that every single clip hit in this video was hit on official DICE servers. There's no Portal servers, although there is one goofy clip I'm going to include for funsy poos. But on top of that as well, every single quad feed, every clip was hit on PC playing keyboard and mouse, which I think is the first of its kind for this type of video. And even though we're pretty deep into the video at this point, I do want to mention, obviously, that I had the kill feed settings set to self only, which allows you to only show your own kills in the kill feed. I figured I'd mention that just in case you guys were wondering. Now, obviously, setting the kill feed to self only, it does make it easier to get clean quad feeds because other people can't interrupt the feed, but you still have to play aggressively and push for those opportunities.
There it is. There's a 5-man. This gun's amazing.
And yeah, the Gert Book 7 is actually one of my favorite carbines. It has a lot of recoil, but it's also packing a lot of damage.
Oh my god, I'm insane, dude.
But next up, we're moving on to the QBZ-192, and we actually have a Conquest clip. Look at that. He plays something other than Breakthrough. TBH, honestly, I actually love playing Conquest and Escalation, but those modes don't always work out so well for going for clips, and it's the reason why Breakthrough and some of the smaller team modes, or at least the more infantry-focused ones, are really good, but I did manage to pull this off still, and immediately dying right after. But now we're moving on to the SG-553R. It's the last carbine in the game, and as you can see here, this is the average Battlefield 6 experience. You know, you just have a medic standing right next to you. He's like 5 feet away, but bro's locked in. He's just shooting probably nothing. I can't tell because we have the cell kill feed, but I did get res by someone else, and now we're defending on Breakthrough, and I gotta go for it. I gotta push the line, and I think we all know what happens when you flank people in Breakthrough.
There you go.
It definitely doesn't hurt when the enemy team has the awareness of a piece of mulch.
See me, what the?
And if you thought that guy was bad, this guy just heard 5 of his teammates die and didn't even notice me.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, that last streak was nuts, but now we're moving on to the SMGs, and we have some even crazier clips cooking up for you guys. Starting off here with the SGX, which is still an amazing SMG, and Matt actually points out something pretty interesting that happens in this clip.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro.
You're going crazy.
Oh my god, 5 on.
That was on screen, just regular feed too.
Oh, that's amazing.
So yeah, even though I had the self-kill feed on, I'm obviously going for the best possible quad feeds that I can. But guys, I have to admit something to you. The MP5 in this game is just so bad, so I had to play a Call of Duty Shipment remake to pull this off.
I think we just got a quad feed on shipments.
Indeed, we did. And that was just a joke clip. I did want to include it because I did actually pull that off when I was just kind of checking out shipments. But that experience, I believe, is actually deleted at this point because of how bad the spawn trapping was. And regardless, I have this insane clip. I honestly think this one's even better. I was defending here on Rush on Iberian Offensive, and I'm just wiping squad after squad. I'm trying to push the line as much as possible. And much like Exodia, I'm obliterating everything around me because in Rush, you do have to be careful. You can push the line, but you're given less time to actually go outside of the map. But I still went for it anyway, and
Jesus,
it paid
what is
off.
this streak? Oh my god.
I almost forgot to mention this, but a big tip for using the SMGs is really to play Engineer because you get an amazing hipfire bonus for using SMGs, and it is the class-specific weapon, so definitely try that out if you don't typically do that.
Got it.
Dude, that was a clean quad feed in the regular feed.
That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah, I'm still going, bro.
You're crazy.
Oh my god!
But next up, we're moving on to the UMG-40, which is basically the Oompa Loompa. It's like the Oomp, the UMP-45, whatever you want to call it. This thing was kind of a struggle because I didn't have an extended mag, but thankfully I was able to push the staircase and get a full squad wipe.
That's it! We got it! Oh my god!
Oh my
What a
god.
miracle!
And next up, we have the USG-90, which is basically the P90 of the game. We're playing some Rush, and this is really one of my favorite clips. Everything is just getting crazy. I got a guy trying to defib me as I'm disarming the MCOM, and I literally disarmed it and still managed to pull off getting a quad feed in the middle of it, which is just
Got
nuts.
a quad feed. And I played the objective.
Health!
Dude, that's like the best Battlefield quad feed you could ask
I got
for.
you.
Getting a quad feed while playing the objective.
But strangely enough, I think you guys might enjoy this clip more. Not necessarily because it's, again, a Rush clip, and, again, because it's a P90 quad feed, but because of this.
What is happening?
There you go. Got another quad feed.
Yeah, that was the sound of a Blorgus Blart having a very good time. But now we're moving on to the KV-9, which is basically the Vector. This gun is very interesting because it absolutely shreds people. It's got the fastest fire rate, probably the fastest time to kill out of all the SMGs, but barely any ammo. But you know what? We made it work.
I think I just got it.
And we pulled it off with the default mag. I don't even have the extended mag.
Oh my god! I just got a 6-man.
Which, speaking of SMGs with tiny little magazines that just disappoint everyone, we're moving on to the Sucky Cucky Wucky 10, which is an SMG that has just such a pitifully small magazine size. And again, I didn't even really have that many attachments. I didn't have extended mags, but I was able to get a double squad wipe.
Let's go! I finally got this quad feed! Oh my god!
But I gotta say, Battlefield 6 having some of these weapons in the game that have smaller magazine sizes by default, it does add some more difficulty and challenge to the project, which was more than welcome. I mean, here's the SL9. I believe this thing has an extended mag that goes up to 60, but I pulled this off with the default magazine size.
Oh, this is a quad feed. This is a quad feed. That was the easiest quad feed ever.
What was that, with a noob tube?
It's an SMG. It's the last one.
Yep, that's gonna do it for the submachine guns. Now we're moving on to the light machine guns, starting off here with the L110, and I was actually doing a hipfire challenge to unlock a different LMG, and I managed to pull this off. And I had to reduce the audio because I was just kind of jamming out to some music. But yeah, we got a 5-man feed just hip-firing this thing. But this next LMG is an interesting one because the DRS, I really didn't like this LMG nearly as much because it has a much smaller magazine size compared to the other LMGs in its class. But some people just love this thing, and I was just really happy to pull this off.
There it is. There's the quad feed, boys. Oh, almost made it a 5. We got it.
But next up, we're moving on to an absolute classic LMG, the M60. This thing is big, it's beefy, and it packs a punch, man. And even though in this clip I was completely ignoring the objective, I was not ignoring the enemy team while we had this crazy flank going.
Wow, it is really hard to
Almost have it. Almost have
steady
it.
the
I got it. Let's go, dude. Oh,
even
5-man.
show up.
After rewatching that clip, I actually just noticed that it was a 6-man, but now we're moving on to the RPK-M, and for some reason when I was first going for this quad feed, it was kind of a struggle, probably because of the smaller magazine size, but the RPK is actually one of my favorite LMGs to use in the game right now.
Jay, you're the best. I got the quad
Swarming in
feed.
that building. They're
You're the
swarming.
best
Hide above.
recon
Come out
player
now.
ever.
More.
I couldn't get more.
And yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt when your buddies are playing recon and spotting people for you. But now we're moving on to the M123K. And honestly, this was a really easy quad feed to pull off, and I haven't really used the LMG too much since I hit
The quad
this.
feed. There it is. I got it, bro. I want to keep going. Oh my god, I'm insane.
I know I'm saying I'm insane a lot in this video, and it's because of guns like this, because, well, some guns were just driving me insane. The M250, I believe, is basically the raw MG, and for some reason this was a tricky one for me to pull off, but I got really lucky here.
We got it, boys. We got it. Let's go. More. Oh my god.
But next up is one of my favorite LMGs in Battlefield 6, and I'm sure if you have it unlocked, you guys are probably enjoying this one as well. It is the KTS 100 MK8s, and I was also playing support, which, by the way, it is the class-specific weapon, so you do get some proficiency bonuses as well that, you know, I think you move a little bit faster when using the LMGs, or like there's no movement penalties. But yes, we're going on a pretty crazy streak here, doing some breakthrough on Sorbet City once again. We're squad wiping people, but we don't quite have the feed yet. I'm trying to find more people. Some of the kills are getting taken, but this was a big journey. This was a big streak for sure. And I really do love clips like this, and it's always so good in Battlefield because the journey is insane. I just revived Matt right there, and this is really where things pick up, and this is where I get the feed.
Go on, bro. You're going crazy.
That's a quad feed. I'll take it. Insane.
I will revive you.
Revive me.
Wait, you died right after. It doesn't
Revive me
count.
so it counts. Revive me so it counts.
Yep.
Thank you. It counts now.
Yeah, just in case you guys didn't know, if you get a quad feed but you die right after,
It doesn't count.
at least that's a ridiculous rule that John came up with. But yes, we have another clip here. I think this was just later in the match, and I managed to pull off another quad feed while just casually using it.
I need
There it is. Oh, another quad feed.
But lads, this is our last LMG. It's the M240L, and these enemies are definitely catching the L here because they were just trying to hide in the trenches, but the LMG said nope.
Like an infantry war.
So, wait, I got the quad feed. I didn't even realize I got it.
And I didn't even realize we're moving on to the DMRs next, and some of these were a complete pain in the booty to actually hit, but the M39, at least compared to some of the DMRs in the game, it wasn't nearly as bad. And I was playing with Matt in the beta, and I was actually able to pull it off on King of the Hill, which definitely was not too bad.
I got it. I got it.
You're insane.
Oh, I tried to go for more, bro.
And I really wish I could have had more, but now we're moving on to the LMR-27. This DMR was such a pain and a struggle for me, but for this clip specifically, I had an amazing opportunity, and I just went for it, man.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro! No way! Let's go!
I was so ecstatic when I hit that clip on stream because I had been using this gun for hours. I had grinded so many different attachments for it, and it was just so difficult to actually clip with. But now we're moving on to the SVK 6.8. I hit this clip in the beta because unlike the LMR, this thing's actually pretty good.
I got it!
Oh my god.
Oh my, I'm still going!
And just like that, we're moving on to our last DMR, which is the SVDM. And I was kind of ratting with this one. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of trying to sneak around the enemy line over here on breakthrough on Cairo, and I got 2, and I just decided to lay down and pick up 2 more because why not?
Got the quad feed! I got it! Let's go, dude!
Oh my gosh.
DMRs are done. They're done.
Indeed they are. And now we can move on to the sniper rifles, starting off here with the M2010 ESR. It's one of my favorite snipers to use in the game, and in general, it's one of my favorite guns to use, period. It's just very consistent, very fun to use, and you could be playing pretty aggressively and still manage to pull off quad feeds like this.
Quad feed!
Oh my god. I weakened up those dudes so
Flooping.
Bro,
That
thank
was
you!
Insane.
Thank you!
But you know what? I wanted to throw in an extra clip with this thing because I not only love it so much, but I also wanted to show that I don't need Matt just weakening all of them. I can still pull it off.
Quad feed.
With every gun in Battlefield 6 has been going pretty good so far, and now we're moving on to the SV98, which is not my favorite sniper, but at the same time, it's not like it's bad. I just feel like it's kind of awkward to use at times. It doesn't feel as fast and snappy as the M2010, but all of these guys, they were trying to run over to B, and I was just picking them off one by one, and we managed to pull off a pretty nice
People just
5-man.
know exactly where I'm about to be, bro.
I'm going. I'm still going.
Actually wild.
Oh my god, I'm insane. I just got it. Let's fucking go!
But if you guys thought I was pumped for hitting that clip, we're now moving on to the PSR, also known as the Pumpkin Spice Rifle, and this clip was really nice.
I hit myself. There it is, boys! Oh my god!
Yeah, I guess you could say I was a little happy to hit those clips with the snipers, but now we're moving on to the shotgun, starting off here with the pump shotgun, the M87A1, and I just had this left over from the beta using the slugs on the pump because the shotguns, they are pretty cheese. I don't like using them a ton because I know they can be very frustrating, but I did manage to hit this.
Oh my god!
Support.
And I do also have this clip with it from the beta as well. I'm still using the slugs, but I wanted to prove just how easy it is because I didn't even have to aim. I just hip-fired every single shot for this feed.
Dude, I mean, yeah, but see, I told you.
But next up, in my opinion at least, is the best shotgun in Battlefield 6. It is the M1014. This thing is a monster. I was basically just going around kind of quick-scoping people with it because even though it's semi-automatic, it has really good damage.
Thank you. Oh. Get him. No, it wouldn't reload. We already got it. Wow.
And just like that, we're on the last shotgun in the game, the 18.5 KS-K. What even is that name? This is the Saiga 12, right? I'm pretty sure it's the Saiga 12 from previous Battlefield games, but surprisingly enough, this was actually kind of a difficult shotgun to hit the feed with, at least with barely having any
Whips
attachments.
around the corner like that.
Did I get the I got the quad feed. I got it.
And just like that, we're officially done with the primary weapons in the game, and now we're moving on to the secondary, starting off here with the P18, the first pistol that you unlock, and it's actually pretty solid. The P18 is a pretty decent pistol, and I managed to pull off this quad feed in the beta.
Down below.
Yep, one more. I think I got it.
Oh!
I think I got it. I got the fibs.
Rip the one-hit kill to Fibs, man. I mean, that's how you could definitely tell it's a clip from the beta. But now we're moving on to the ES 5.7, which I believe is the 5.7. I hit mark this guy, and I just start spamming this pistol. This pistol is extremely weak. You can shoot it, and it just starts flying. It's got a really fast fire rate, but very low damage. And I just barely pulled this one off.
We got it. Oh my god.
Now, I gotta keep it real with you guys. That was a rolling quad feed, and for my own standards, I was like, you know what? We gotta keep trying to use this pistol. We gotta try to hit something better. So at this point in time, I now have the 30-round magazine unlocked, which I think takes up all the attachment points. It's a very selfish hog kind of attachment, but it's very necessary for trying to pull something like this off. And I was just proning, hip firing this thing, trying to get the fastest possible, like, feed I could, and I just barely got it.
Everywhere, Jay. Trophies.
I got one down.
Everywhere.
I just got the
Spam
feed.
that
I think I just
shit.
got the feed.
Yeah, that feed was just like barely on screen, but now we're moving on to the M45A1, and this pistol is actually pretty decent, but you do need the extended mag if you're going to try to go on any kind of streaks with this thing. It does have a pretty bad damage fall off as well, like the damage range is not the best, and that was like kind of a quad feed there, but it wasn't good enough. So you know what? You still have to be in that mindset, the mentality of just trying to take out as many people as you can, and it absolutely pays off every time.
I just got it again. I actually just got it.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is technically the last gun, the last quad feed that I needed to complete this project, and it is the Magnum. It's the M44, and this thing is just so tricky because you can either try to go for headshots or you can try to two-shot people, and you have to factor in the reloads. You got to be killing people who aren't paying attention, and I was so relieved to finally hit this.
Go, 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 go.
I got it. I got it.
Get on A.
I fucking got it, boys.
Yeah, after multiple days of fails, I was so happy to finally hit that feed. But now we're moving on to some bonus clips, starting off here with the combat knife. Now, you guys probably noticed I was only mentioning hitting quad feeds with the primaries and secondary weapons of Battlefield 6, not the melee weapons. And the main reason I'm skipping the melee weapons is because, at least for most of them, they're not doing that much damage. They're not one-hit kill melee weapons, which means that in most situations, they're not going to be practical and decent enough to actually get quad feeds with. I mean, the sledgehammer, it is a 2-hit kill melee compared to the combat knife and the hunter's knife, which are 3-hit kills, but even then, you'd either have to be playing against some serious dum-dums in order to pull off that quad feed, or you'd have to be a time traveler going back in time and using the defibs from the beta, because at least the defibs were a 1-hit kill, and honestly, at least before they got nerfed, they were hands down the best melee weapon you could use, and probably one of the best weapons in Battlefield 6.
This is it.
Wait, do they have a spawn?
That's it. I got it.
Oh my god.
Let's go, dude.
Bro, that was
I'm in.
on screen in the regular feed too.
Oh my god. I'm insane.
That is legit.
I'm still going.
That is legit. Poo.
I'm still going.
No. That was insane.
But yeah, hopefully you guys can understand why I decided to exclude melee weapons from like the main part of the video. But now we're moving on to some more bonus clips, starting off here with the RPG. Managed to get a double kill on the tank, direct impacted someone for a squad wipe, and then this just randomly happened.
Oh my. What?
Yeah, if you need to rewind the video, I totally understand. But now we're moving on to a tank quad feed, which is probably one of the hardest quad feeds to get in the entire game. Said no one.
Oh, I think that's.
I don't get it.
And you know what? I had to throw in another RPG clip because it's my favorite launcher in Battlefield 6. Free firing helicopters and taking them down is just so satisfying. I wish that was a quad right there, but you know what? There was another guy right here, and we popped him for the full quad feed. If only that guy could have been sitting in the helicopter as well, so he could have had a full-blown quad. But now we're moving on to the APC, and I just had an insane streak here, playing some Conquest on Liberation Peak, and these enemies, they definitely got liberated from the point over here because they just kept trying to revive each other. They were stacked up, and we ended up getting a massive multi-kill. There's really not much else to say. I mean, these guys were getting absolutely destroyed. But yes, if you made it this far into the video so far, just want to let you guys know, thank you so much for watching and supporting all of these Quad Feed with Every Gun videos over all these years. You guys are the absolute best. Love you guys, and I don't think these enemies love me because we just got like a 9-man feat or something. But guys, this is the absolute last bonus clip for this project, and I'm gonna do my best to try to describe what happens because this clip was an absolute journey. Me and the boys, we were on a light transport vehicle, and I got out here because I thought that mine was going to just destroy all of us, but somehow it didn't, and they managed to get through, so I was like, okay, I've got C4 strapped to the front of the vehicle. We're gonna try to blow up this tank that's been guarding C, and I pull the trigger, and it doesn't really kill the tank. So at first I was like, okay, this is kind of a bummer. Our main plan didn't work out. But if you guys remember in the beta, C4s were actually resupplying at a pretty decent rate. So at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe I can put down a spawn beacon. Maybe I can try to sneak around. And I saw another vehicle coming through, and I was like, oh my god, I think we can actually get both of them.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I just killed so many people. Oh my god!
I got you.
Dude, and you got me? Dude, That was the most insane multi-kill. There were 2 vehicles. I got 2 vehicles, dude.
But my beautiful little boostlers, that is going to wrap it up for a quad feed with every gun in Battlefield 6. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You guys are absolute legends if you made it this far into the video. As I'm sure you guys know, video projects like this, they take a lot of time, energy, and effort to go for all of these different clips to assemble the project and put together the weirdest commentary you've ever heard in your life. So I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could drop a like on this video, share it with a buddy who might enjoy watching stuff like this. And if you are brand new here, definitely subscribe because there's plenty more dank Battlefield 6 videos on the way, as well as more quad feed with every gun projects. But I gotta say, man, this project definitely took a lot out of me because there were some very difficult feeds to hit, and I wanted to make sure that this video was as polished and good as it possibly could be. And on top of that as well, this is currently the biggest quad feed with every gun project we've ever made. And it's simply because you guys are the best and you deserve the best. So with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did it and you want to see some more quad feed with every gun projects like this, make sure to drop a like. I'll see you guys later.
Oh my god. He's weakened. This is so good. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Oh my god, this is so good. Yeah, keep doing that. Oh my god, you're looking right at my game. Oh my god. When he just looks up into my soul. Dude, I'll have to like, when we're done with this, I'm gonna fucking send you a picture. It's insane.